against mine.
It's almost there, and... there, it's open.
Good. I was growing impatient.
Look, man, if you think those giant Yaoguai paws of yours can even hold a bobby pin without breaking it, then be my guest. This trap works both ways. Is this one of yours? So far, I would say this trap hasn't worked out that well for anyone. But anyway, if you don't like waiting for me to pick locks, why don't you just bust the door down next time? You're certainly big enough. Ooh, thunder, huh? I wonder if there's a way to narrow down where we could be based on the weather. Although last time I checked, I don't think red clouds was in the pre-war weather forecasts. Warning, today will be partially cloudy with a moderate chance of poisoning. Please remain indoors. Anyway, now that we're outside the police station, the old man can listen in on us again, so we should be careful what we say. I'm just hoping he's too busy keeping an eye on the other two callers. What are the chances he's caught someone with an even bigger ego and mouth than me? Seriously, that would be the perfect smokescreen. Anyway, if we're gonna rely on me to do the fighting, then please do me a favor and stay the fuck behind me. Your back may be bulletproof against handguns, but unless you're a Deathclaw, a 308 will shred you to pieces. And I really don't want to find out if getting shot in the back is another way to bring Dog out. Oh, good lord, look at that.
Careful.
Yeah, I don't suppose you're somehow immune to that.
The villa's filled with pockets from the cloud. Lethal.
Tell you who might be immune though. Hello!
We come in peace!
Look at how peaceful we are! Oh wow, tiny capacity!
Something needs to die.
Oh, how did I fucking guess? I see you're in the Rex School of Combat. Face first. Zero subtlety. Oh shit, hang on a minute. Gotta finish the job. When in doubt, remove the head. I know ghouls don't like hearing that, but it works. I didn't make the rules. Oh, come on, not the chest, you idiot! What the fuck? Okay, Courier, you need to work on the matte blender technique. You're embarrassing yourself. And you, what were you saying about it being difficult to fight? You were going at it like that guy owed you money. If you're gonna rush into the line of fire like you don't give a shit, then can you at least get the job done properly? Like, I don't know, rip their heads off or something. You threatened to leave my body utterly broken. Let's see you demonstrate that against these guys.
If we need to fight, you should call Dog out. As much as I hate to admit it.
Wow, really? You're actually open to that idea? You were going to kill me for even suggesting it earlier. Believe it or not, I'm not sure I like the idea of treating someone's mind like a light switch. That can't be good for you in the long term. But as a last resort, if I really have to let Dog out, what is the correct procedure?
All it takes is the right command. Whenever Dog hears his master giving orders, I go back in the cage.
So I was spot on. Oh yeah, there's the hologram. He's doing a pretty crappy job at keeping the locals distracted. Then again, it's a good thing they're not crowding around that thing to worship it while we're passing through. Like that!
Kill this one before they call others.
What did we just say?
Die.
Fine. Hold still!
Good.
God damn, these guys are creepy. I don't know what that noise is when they're jumping around. I just wanted to stop. Anyway, it was kind of lucky for me that Elijah gave me a holotape of his voice. He literally thought I would forget what I was supposed to do, which kind of gives you an idea of the level of intelligence he had to work with thus far.
So that leash on your wrist, and the one on your neck. I won't truly be free to express myself until every trace of that voice is destroyed.
Don't you start getting ideas, buddy. We had an agreement, remember? I certainly do.
Those machines feed on Sierra Madre chips. There's codes that unlock other things, too.
Yeah, I'm still struggling to believe these things work the way people say they do. It sounds like magic, frankly.
The village
Holy
comm
shit.
speakers have aged poorly, like the Madre. Pre-war junk. The speakers emit a signal that'll set off your caller if you stay too long. There are damaged speakers and shielded ones. The damaged ones you can destroy at range. Don't get close. You can't switch them off like a radio.
Yeah, you already told me about that. Hey, are you still... you?
Of course.
Whoa, hey, let's put a pin on that. Okay, I can see the speaker right there.
Wish I had a stealth boy instead of this bear trap.
Oh, you're not going anywhere near one of those things. Okay. Peace and quiet. Or maybe not. Oh, I hear a local in the area. I'm sorry, did we just take out your favorite radio station? I couldn't tell the difference between these fancy new abstract performances and ear-piercing noise. I'm uncultured that way, what are you gonna do? Well, that's where we need to go. Oh my god, it's literally just noise. Is that a woman's voice? There must be speakers all over this area. Let's turn things down a notch.
What they call others.
Starting with this guy. Sir?
I'm filing a noise complaint.
You know things are out of control when the cranky old man has to use gunfire to bring the noise levels down. That's probably gonna attract more of them, but you know what? My answer to that would be exactly the same. Gunfire. Just more of it. Anyone find this? I'm so sorry you're here. Oh man, I feel so much better now. The bullets help, but your sweet message is clearly more impactful. Anyway, I'm confused. You clearly heard the old man's voice just now, but you're still you. So, what gives? Oh, fuck me! Get another pen, please. We will talk about this. Wait a minute. I don't see a speaker. Well, there's definitely one there. Oh, it's on the other side, isn't it? I'm only just starting to realize how insane this whole thing is. How much time do I have? Oh, shit! Where is it? Oh, you sneaky bastard! Learn to shoot, you idiot! Sorry about that. Nearly got both of us killed. At least I have a gun. Imagine if you were alone. You wouldn't be able to reach that in time to crush it with your bare hands. You sure you don't want a gun?
While I'm in control, my ability to use his hands is difficult.
Punchy it is then. Oh, speaking of which, I hear another local. Okay, so madam, we're from the Sierra Madre Neighborhood Watch. Have you been harassed by a massive dickhead and a super mutant recently?
I'll end you.
You have now! Whoa, that's a strong throwing arm. Let's rip it off. Oh! Right in the armored padding. Thanks for being so reasonable. Still hurts like a bitch though. Whew, it's just a kitchen knife strapped to a stick. It shouldn't be able to cut this deep into a ballistic vest. Either this stuff is getting weaker over 200 years, or these knives are no joke. I guess Sinclair didn't skimp out on the kitchen. Anyway, as I was saying, the old man's voice alone clearly isn't enough to bring Dog out. Oh my god, that noise. Yeah, you said he has to command something. Well, he was kind of giving me a command. Does it have to be directed at you specifically? Oh, that noise is coming from inside the clinic. This could be another trap. Maybe we should leverage my Pip-Boy a little more. Let's see, which frequency am I looking for here? Maybe it's ordered by signal strength. Well, it's certainly not by coherency. What the hell was that noise? I don't think that was signal interference. Sounds like someone is knocking something. Well, that's not disturbing at all. Maybe whoever this is already figured out that people can listen in, and that's just their way of disguising their movement. Well, either way, we need to get them out, so knock knock. Okay, so what are we dealing with here? Holy shit. Did you hear that? Oh, that must be our new friend. Knocking whatever the hell that is.
Picking up an emitter signature. Watch for security holograms. Dangerous. Don't shoot them. Attacking them is useless.
Oh, there's security holograms here? Why the hell would you install them in the clinic as opposed to, oh, I don't know, the police station? Gotta make sure the dead stays dead, is that it? What is this? Another vending machine code? Stim packs! Oh, now we're talking. My skepticism about how this is even possible aside, now we have all the building blocks we need for this place to remain isolated in the wasteland. Fuck me, this must be how stories about haunted mansions get started. But, as I was saying, these vending machines can make food, ammunition, and now medical supplies. That certainly explains how the locals are surviving out here. Assuming they even need medical supplies in the first place, they must have the ability to regenerate if they can just get back up from being shot. Oh look, another taboo suitcase. Don't ask me what I meant by that, it's a long story. And don't think that I haven't noticed that once again, the old man's voice had no effect on you. I'm starting to wonder if you even know what the real trigger is, or if it's all just in your head. I mean, it is all just in your head, but you know what I'm talking about. I just hope it doesn't happen randomly.
Still, if you ever want to speak to me, bark my audio log at him. The one in the police station. That'll call me out.
And presumably you wouldn't be in a particularly good mood. I imagine that must feel like the mother of all hangovers. Check security hologram status? Patrolling 2nd floor. Ah, this thing can only cover 1 floor at a time. That's good to know. Set behavior 1st floor patrol. Uploading new behavior pattern. I guess this must be a control panel for the hologram. But did that actually work? I'd rather not find out the hard way. Status patrolling 1st floor. I guess I'll have to take his word for that. Let's send this thing back up to the 2nd floor for now. I sure hope whoever this caller belongs to is on the 1st floor and we won't ever have to go upstairs. But knowing my luck? Yeah, no chance. Let's see. View security postings. Holy shit, there's a lot to go through here. What is this, a user manual? That would actually help a lot. Is there a way to reprogram these things to ignore us? Anyone with a collar is a VIP guest, you can trust me. Security protocol holograms do just as the name implies, provide security. They perform this function better than most conventional security guards. Something tells me those conventional security guards would have some choice words about that assertion. Hologram Addendum Appearance 2.4.1. Wow, this really is a technical manual. What happened to section 1.0? Security holograms have been programmed with the case-specific Sierra Madre protocols. Not only do security holograms look like Sierra Madre personnel, they will respond to threats or unauthorized personnel just as conventional security guards would. Respond as in restraining the suspect and placing them under arrest, or just kill them with whatever weapon they have. I can't imagine how a hologram can even physically interact with a real person. Protocols 2.5. Security holograms use field of view sensors to perceive their environment and to aid in pathing. While later versions will feature upgrades that allow for a 360-degree perception arc, the memory cells in current hologram emitters can only perceive their environment in a cone in front of them. Wait, are you telling me you can sneak up on these things? Why would a hologram even have a field of view like a real human anyway? Their face and eyes are purely aesthetic. It should be arbitrary which way they're facing. So why not just have the vision cone constantly spinning to cover all the angles? Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna complain if there's an easy way to get around them. They can, however, change facing as needed and scan their environment for unauthorized activity. There you go, just have them rotating all the time. It would look silly, but it would cover all the angles. It is best to purchase security hologram emitters in pairs to cover a full view of the environment, as trespassers could conceivably use hologram blind spots to gain access to unauthorized areas. There's the catch. You'll have to spend more money to get a second one, you know, just to cover your bases. Did they even offer a group rate discount? I wonder if Sinclair actually fell for this. If security holograms detect unauthorized guests or detect criminal action, they will display a warning caution color to the target. So basically the equivalent of shouting, "This is private property," or "Hands in the air, motherfuckers." Well, none of us are authorized guests, so we might see that color a lot. If you believe they ever display this color in error, immediately move away from the hologram's field of view until they resume their normal protocol. Oh wow, seriously? You're supposed to exploit their limitations? I guess that makes it a feature then. Well, what the hell are we supposed to do once they release the 360-degree updated version? And before that, what if you get trapped in a corner? If the behavior persists, they will enter engagement mode, turn red, and attempt to subdue targets with their discharge beams. I don't know what a discharge beam is, and I hope I never have to find out. Note, as requested in the service contract, NE has installed EBE systems in all Sierra Madre security hologram emitters. What the hell does EBE stand for? Nothing good, I suspect. I don't know who or what NE stands for either. Is that the name of the manufacturer? If so, I imagine their office buildings probably have this kind of security too, in which case it might be the most secure pre-war building in the entire wasteland right now. Often, an intruder's natural response is to attack a security hologram, either with fists or with a weapon. Fortunately for the hologram owner, all such assaults are useless against security holograms. They cannot be wounded, damaged, or harmed unless their emitter is destroyed. Yeah, like I said, they're made of light. Which again begs the question, what if you just want to arrest the intruder? Or is that not part of the design document? Attackers spending the time to look for emitters will usually be rendered unconscious by a hologram's discharge beams before they can disable them, so there is nothing to fear. Unconscious? Oh, this discharge beam is not lethal then. Hey, God, you want to volunteer for some experiments? Oh, actually, screw that. If you die, we all die. I keep forgetting that. As with service holograms, security holograms cannot leave emitter range. They will pursue a target to the emitter's perimeter, however. This usually allows the target to be subdued, and should present no obstacle to casino security. In other words, if you really want to have all your bases covered, you better make sure you completely blanket your building with emitters. Group rate discount? What's that? Well then, worst case scenario, if we set one of those things off, we run like hell. They'll lose interest eventually. Damn, these things sound really annoying to deal with, but also weirdly limited at the same time. Hologram emitters are sturdy, yet can still be damaged or broken if enough force is applied. Does a bullet count as enough force? In addition, while they are protected inside sturdy space-age alloys, their circuits are vulnerable to being tampered with. If this occurs, refer to the repair manual that comes with the hologram installation guide. Please call customer support services if this occurs. Do not attempt to repair the emitter yourself. So why provide a repair manual if you're not supposed to use it? But anyway, I guess the good news here is that we can either shoot those things or just rip the wires out. So what's the point of using space-age alloy if it's no better than a tin can? Premium repair fees, that's the answer. Warning, do not approach an emitter that may have been tampered with. If you must, please wear reflective maintenance gear or metal armor in case of hologram malfunction, and make sure that you can move beyond the hologram's field of view in case problems arise. Holy shit, you can rig these things to kill the engineer? And apparently they would have to exploit the hologram's limitations too. Someone must have found out this was possible the hard way. Anyway, we're nearly done here. Maintenance posts. Okay, how reliable are these things after 200 years? I don't know what kind of warranty they came with, but something tells me they might be expired now. Installation and maintenance. Welcome, and on behalf of your friends at NE, we thank you for purchasing the latest in service and security technology. If you encounter any problems, contact our urgent care service representatives at any time during the weekdays from 10 to 2 on Tuesday and Thursdays. If no one is there to respond to your emergency, leave a message and one of our trained representatives will return your call in the next 3 to 4 working days. Yeah, I'm sorry sir, but your definition of any time is bullshit. But more importantly is that 10 AM to 2 PM, 10 PM to 2 AM, or perhaps even 10 AM to 2 AM or 10 PM to 2 PM, which would be a period of 16 hours. God, I hope that's not a single shift. Maintenance 8.3. Holographic greeting and security technology requires service from trained professionals and routine maintenance. While the emitters maintain a charge for theoretically hundreds of years, damage can occur and circuits can erode over time. As part of the Security Madre exclusive contract, we have delivered on the custom energy recycling emitters requested by the Sierra Madre financiers and Mr. Sinclair. Well, fuck you, Sinclair. You can go straight to hell for doing that. It's been 200 years and they're still active. Unless you've achieved immortality, why the fuck do you even care what happens to this place after 200 years? We're just humble grave robbers. Give us a fucking chance. Holy shit, still doing that, are ya? Look, I don't know what your problem is, but this place is a death trap, so I'm gonna take my fucking time. Speaking of problems, good grief. Somebody is in desperate need for a hobby. One that preferably doesn't involve dead bodies.
It looks like someone was experimenting. Although they were doing so after the collars went off.
Oh, these were the earlier victims? I guess Elijah wasn't lying about that body in the bunker. But wait a minute, was he the one doing the experiments? I'm not sure why he would need to do that. It's a bomb collar. It kills people. What more do you need to know? I mean, even if it doesn't decapitate the victim, it will still leave them with a gaping hole in their neck. They're still gonna die. maybe just not as quickly? I guess he didn't want to take any chances. Wait. What the hell? Was he trying to see if he can cut through the collar with these fancy knives? I can only assume the answer is no. This one is still intact. Good to know, I guess. Saves me from trying and potentially giving myself the worst shaving experience of all time. What is this? Another set of security armor? No, this is... I don't know what this is, but it's got some kind of circuitry embedded in the fabric. At least I think that's fabric. Whatever this is, it's way too tight for me. It took me almost a solid hour to get out of my jumpsuit and somehow get into this security armor with the collar in the way. I am not going through that again. Anyway, did the old man keep a journal of his sick experiments? Gas leak. Admitted 3 workers from Puesta del Sol switching station. Oh, this is pre-war. Exposed to some unidentified airborne toxin from the ventilation system, caused severe lung and tissue damage. The inhalation isn't the problem, it's absorbed through the skin. Fuck me, my eyes hurt just thinking about that. I need goggles in addition to this visor. Researching its effects, the gas, whatever it is, may be building up in vents beneath the town. Asked foreman to look into source before government inspectors do. Well, that clearly didn't work out. It's still happening. So, this red shit is pre-war and not a result of the bombs. And it's coming from underground? What the hell kind of pollution would cause something like this? Is it the gourmet special sauce they're flushing down the drains? It's too damn spicy. Safety suits. Oh yes, tell me more about those, please. Chemical suits arrived today. They're bulky, hard to talk and move in. It was difficult to unlock the clasps once in place. Had to get one of the staff to help me out of it. I told the construction crew keep the suits ready while working in the switching station and to be careful with them. We only have a limited number. I asked Sinclair to order more in the event of a leak in the villa and prepared cost estimates for another gas leak to support my case. Didn't need to. He agreed to the request immediately, then asked if he could see the workers and make sure they were alright. Well, at least he pretended to give a shit about his workers. That's a lot more than most employers would have, especially the pre-war ones. They had a reputation for sure. So, hang on. Those suits must be the same ones the locals are wearing. If that's the case, then do they work? They're still alive, but it clearly didn't stop them from mutating into whatever the hell you call them now. I guess it's a moot point from my perspective anyway. If I could barely take off a jumpsuit with this collar in the way, then there's no chance in hell I can get into a hazmat suit. Oh boy, another basement, huh? Is this gonna be another one of yours or one of theirs? What are the chances this person is hiding down there right now? Well, I'm not falling for that just yet. The noise didn't sound like it came from downstairs anyway, but who knows? Maybe they've got someone else trapped in this building. Yeah, that's coming from one of these rooms. Or maybe upstairs, I don't know. Wait a minute. Is that... That's a speaker, isn't it? Not sure why it has a red light. Ooh, what the hell is that?
Damn speakers at the end of the hall. Red light means they're shielded. Must be where to shut them off somewhere else.
Right. I was kind of expecting it to have some kind of force field, not just a red light. In any case, it's 200 years old. It's out of warranty, Sinclair. No refunds. What I meant to say was, I appreciate good, sturdy craftsmanship that lasts 1,000 years. They sure don't make them like they used to. So now we have to find a way to turn that thing off. But first, what the hell is this supposed to be? Get well soon? It must be some kind of medical device. Is it like a pod that you're supposed to step into? But then what? Is the doctor supposed to use that terminal to control it, or just let it go on its own? If that's the case, I'd rather live with whatever illness I have, thank you. The same goes with robot surgeons. I'd rather cut myself open than trust one of them. They can't even feel pain, so how the hell could they understand how their patients/victims feel? I don't even know how to open one of these things. Wait. Could it be that our mysterious friend is trapped inside one of them? That would explain all the pounding noises, but not the lack of yelling for help. Hey, whoever you are, can you hear me? Oh, god damn it. I'll take that as a yes. Look, for reasons that are incredibly convoluted and contrived, we can't get to you right now, so, sit tight. And, if you try to kill me for that joke, I completely understand. Okay, seriously though, is there a generator room down in the basement? Surely the clinic had to have its own separate power supply in case of an outage. We may never know. So, you fancy breaking this door down, or do I have to find the key? Because that keyhole is way too small for a bobby pin. Guess we're going upstairs to find the hologram then. Oh joy. I guess we could use that terminal to set the patrol down to the first floor. But then we would have to get past it in order to get upstairs. Damned if we do and damned if we don't. Okay, remember what that terminal said. Stay out of range and it should ignore us. Oh my god, look at that thing. Oh, it's coming this way. Back up, back up. Is it gonna walk all the way to this end? Oh, what is the limit of its detection range anyway? Believe it or not, this is not the dumbest thing I've done recently. That would have to be the Deathclaw nest. Oh shit, sorry officer, we were just leaving. That was barely a warning at all!
I'll end you.
No, God, you're gonna end nothing. We're out of here. God? Oh my god! Ah, fuck! They can follow people downstairs? That was not in the manual. Oh shit. What kind of premium nonsense did you pay for, Sinclair? Oh boy. How far is it gonna keep tracking us? Do we need to leave the building? Or do we just keep running in the loop until we figure it out? You still there, God? More importantly, is that thing still following us? Where the hell is it? The only thing worse than a red hologram is a missing hologram. Oh, where the hell do we go? Wow, that pounding is really close. I'm still working on it, okay? Hey, don't you try to rush me. The exit is right here. I'll fucking leave you where you are. Alright, we saw the intruders on the first floor, officer. Why don't you stay down there for a little while? Thank fucking God for this terminal. Look, that was just part 1 of a 10-part process, okay? Give me a fucking break. How are you holding up, God? Ooh, that is the smell of burning flesh. I thought it was supposed to render people unconscious.
Head swimming. Can't hold myself together much longer.
Whoa, use the stim pack I gave you. I don't want to meet dog like this. Is this the emitter? How am I supposed to... whoa, what? Did I just switch it off? All I did was touch it. Well, it is 200 years old. What did I expect? You still have the receipt, Sinclair? Okay, how are you feeling now? Should I get your voice on standby just in case?
Finally. Pain's gone. Can focus.
Mentas, huh? I wonder if this would help you or make you worse. But yeah, I'm glad you're feeling better. It would have been a really bad time to find out that your voice is unreliable, just like listening to the old man the last couple of times. I'm still not sure why this is enough to drive Doc back into your mind. Is it traumatic for him?
Dog is afraid of me as long as the Master isn't around.
Wait, so if Elijah is right in front of you when Dog is out, then playing your voice wouldn't work? Well, that's good to know. That means you'll never get the satisfaction of killing him as yourself unless you were already you when he shows up. But Elijah is not the real Master, is he? Am I right in thinking that you're referring to the Master? The one I've heard every other super mutant talk about?
The Master, Elijah, reminds Dog of someone from long ago. His leader, commander, commanders.
Yeah, that sounds like what Marcus told me. Not sure if you know who that is. If you ever get out of here, head to Jacobstown in the Mojave. Tell them the Courier sent you. They'll take care of you. Hell, knowing Marcus, you won't even need to mention me. Anyway, apparently this is a list of appointments. Sinclair and Miss Keys. Who's that, his lady friend? Transmitted to Sierra Madre. And then again. And then Domino and Miss Keys. I guess Miss Keys is the one who needs to see the doctor. But who the hell is Domino? Transmitted to Chief Physician's terminal. That's weird. Why change the transmission destination? Actually, that makes more sense than transmitting it to the casino. Did Sinclair have his own medical team there? Sinclair proposed moving one autodoc to the casino and scheduling visits. Sinclair agreed. Oh, is that what those pod things are? Autodocs. Oh, I was right. Fuck that! I'll stick with rusty scalpels and prayers, thank you. Anyway, about what you said, I get that the Master was a dominating influence on super mutants in general, but the old man is clearly not him. Why would Dog obey him?
The Master was a strong personality. Personalities as well. Dog is slavish, was conditioned to serve the Master until death. The old man, Elijah, merely came along and opened that door in Dog's mind. Now, Dog does whatever the old man wants.
So, all it takes to influence Dog is to have a strong personality and commanding presence? I can't imagine how that would ever backfire on the person holding his leash. So what does the old man make him do? A lot of manual labor, I assume. Ah shit, input error. Imagine if that happened in the Volt 34 reactor. Ugh.
Gather others, drag them here. Fetch, like an animal, and hurt them if they resist. Dog doesn't even blink. Even hear their cries when he's twisted their arms full circle. Fragile things, screaming on the ground.
Fuck me, sounds like they could use a doctor's appointment.
To listen to him, commanding Dog to hurt others. And Dog just nods, eager and willing to serve.
Sounds like you could use a doctor's appointment too, of the neuroscience variety. Once again, I know a guy in Jacobstown. Anyway, Miss Keyes showed up today, sans Sinclair, escorted by Mr. Domino. He explained to me Miss Keyes had developed a throat infection and asked if the autodoc could help. I asked about the Sierra Madre's autodoc. He said he didn't want to alarm Sinclair. Oh yeah, don't want him to know that his woman is being escorted by another man, right? Ran some tests. Miss Keyes' voice is fine. Her loss of voice was more listlessness, symptomatic of excess Medex use. Ooh, she's lucky if that was the only problem she got from that. Medex abuse is no joke. When I tried to speak to her about it, Mr. Domino intervened. I warned him too much of the chem could render a subject comatose, and Domino laughed. What the fuck? If this was a secret boyfriend, then she chose poorly. I lost my temper, and he said they'd return another time when I was in better spirits. Despise that man. I don't blame you, man. Sounds like someone who desperately needs to try Medex himself for a couple of months. See how funny he finds it then. Unpleasant visit. Ooh, let me guess who that's referring to. Domino stopped by to ask about the test results at Vera's voice. He seemed concerned she would lose her voice for the gala event. I told him if Miss Keyes was concerned, she should see me, and I would only disclose any medical information to her. I told him the autodocs were more than capable of healing Miss Keyes' voice if she developed any throat infection, and we could even operate if needs be if she tore her larynx. He seemed satisfied by the news, apologized amazingly enough, and left a bottle of wine as a token of his appreciation. I told him I felt it was inappropriate. He insisted. I dumped it in the trash. Whew, no love lost, eh, Doctor? You don't often find pre-war people with principles like that. Then again, a bottle of wine is probably nothing to people who can afford to come to a place like this. I'm pretty sure you could get one straight from the vending machine. Anyway, about what you said earlier. I am sorry you're going through all this, believe it or not. I used to think having amnesia is bad, but that's nothing compared to what you've got. This whole becoming a backseat driver in your own body kind of thing is bad enough, but throw Elijah into the mix and shit, that must be another level of maddening.
Mad? Mad doesn't even begin to describe. There's not a word for the hate I feel inside. It's consuming. Twists every thought to red.
Okay, let's turn this down a couple of notches. I can't be your therapist if I can't trust you, and nothing breaches our trust quite like the threat of having my arms ripped off. Now excuse me while I read something completely irrelevant to the conversation. Dispenser codes. Codes for the public dispensers arrived today. Sinclair instructed us in their use in case of emergency. Should be able to get stims and other treatments from the machines. Sinclair indicated it could dispense more based on the nature of the medical emergency or subject's condition. Among the codes, he kept asking if we could make sure the code for Medex was backed up. He must have said it 3 times. I don't think he realized it. Must be stress. Made a backup of the code on this terminal just in case. Well now, it looks like Sinclair was well aware of his girlfriend's little problem. Maybe he should have sent her to rehab instead of enabling her addictions even more. But that would have required them to admit they had a problem in the first place, and based on my experience with rich assholes, that's practically impossible. But let's grab this code anyway. We're talking about painkillers at the end of the day. You'll never know when we might need that. Especially when I'm traveling with someone who's not entirely happy with his circumstances. Sorry for that little distraction just now, but this code is exactly why I'm looking through every terminal so carefully. But anyway, please continue with your ranting.
After all that's laid ruin to the world, again and again, I thought at last we could be free. Thought Dog could be free. No, the world's always got another cage, waiting, keeping everything you want just out of reach.
No offense, but that's kind of true for everybody in some sense. I mean, look at me. This collar at the Sierra Madre in general is my cage right now. And beyond that, I used to be employed by some very shady people who could have actively threatened the people I care about if I didn't play ball. What would you call that situation if not another type of cage? Hell, I'm pretty sure some people would call their lot in life itself a cage. If you really want to be free of all that, then you would have to cut yourself from society in general. But then you'll have to deal with another cage. Something called loneliness. And that's the one I'll be trapped in if I ever get out of this one. I guess in a way, you're never going to have that problem as long as Dog is around. And you two stop being so antagonistic towards each other. Do you literally have no influence on his behavior while he's in the driving seat? Can't you do anything at all to stop him?
Do anything?
Keys! Sorry, I think I just found the basement keys. You were saying?
Me, Dog puts in the cage, hurts himself to try and drown out my voice, when all I want to do...
Oh shit, are you okay? Is it too late to change the conversation?
Never mind. Useless. Finally had to start fighting back. Screaming on my own. Had to take matters into my own hands. Lock Dog up.
And that in turn is just going to make him hate you even more. So whenever he does come out next, he's gonna try harder to keep you locked away. You see how that's not sustainable? It's only going to escalate further.
I've watched over Dog for so long. Tried to stop him from hurting others, killing others. Quiet that mindless, howling instinct of his.
For what it's worth, I've seen legionaries and raiders who have less restraint than that. They could have used someone like you in the back of their head. Wow, this basement is way smaller. You'd think a clinic would need a more sophisticated generator room to run than a police station. Anyway, I know I haven't really spoken to Dog yet, but he didn't come across as a violent beast when he was in that police cage. More like a wounded animal. I kind of felt sorry for him, if I'm honest.
He doesn't understand. He has the brain of a child. He knows when he does wrong. He just can't help himself.
Yeah, I don't think you can stay angry at someone like that. It's easy if that person knows what they're doing and chooses to carry on regardless, but apparently that's not who Dog is. The only ones to blame here is the one who made him this way and the one who's continuing to exploit him. And last time I checked, only one of them is still around. So let's focus our hatred on him. Clinic power status. Essential systems. Autodox. Powered. Security hologram. Powered. Well, took care of that already. Non-essential systems. Music speakers. Powered. Oh, non-essential indeed. Why did they put music speakers in here in the first place? You wouldn't be able to hear shit over the sound of machinery and people screaming. Let's go ahead and switch this off and save some power. Note, please inform clinic management before shutting down generator for maintenance. Oh, I'll do that if I can find their corpses. Until then, you're gonna have to trust me on this. Disengage main power. Well, I don't hear any objections. Let's have some beautiful silence. That was less dramatic than I imagined. Did that even do anything? I was expecting the lights to go out. Emergency backup engaged. Ah, I guess you don't want a random power cut to interrupt someone's life support. Music speakers offline. Well, that's all I gave a shit about. There we go. That's what I was waiting to hear. Interesting that the hologram is also supposed to be running on emergency backup power. Was Sinclair that paranoid about security in the clinic? I suppose in the event of a nuclear war, medical supplies would become scarce. They would be way more valuable than pre-war currency. In that case, why not go all the way and install a hologram emitter for each floor? Despite the shit show with that one hologram back there, it wouldn't have been that difficult to have one person distracted while the other go and damage the emitter. As powerful and indestructible as the hologram itself is, it still can't be in two places at once. Of course, it would have been messy unless we coordinated perfectly. Not sure Dog would have been capable of being my wingman in that scenario. Something tells me he's not a delicate individual who can hold his nerve. Plus, I don't think he would appreciate me using him like that in the first place. Admit it, God. As much as you love complaining about him, you do care for his well-being, don't you?
He's my brother. Kin.
Well, you two certainly fight and squabble like real siblings would.
Without him, I wouldn't exist.
One moment, please. Hello? Anyone in there? How do you even open one of these things? Okay, that knocking sound is coming from a different room. Maybe this terminal can open it. Exhaustion. Or it could just be another diary entry from one of the doctors. You know, these people really need to learn to consolidate medical notes like this. Imagine trying to find someone's medical history by going through every terminal in the clinic. I'm getting flashbacks from Randall Clark's terminal entries. Miss Keyes' insomnia seemed to have gotten worse. Again, why is this entry on this terminal and not the one from before with all the other details related to this Miss Keyes? So we ended up ordering the new autodock upgrades. Must have cost Sinclair a fortune. The new programs for the autodocks ameliorate the effects of exhaustion. Who the fuck is Amelia? What does she have to do with any of this? Have already spoken to the staff about side effects and dangers of prolonged use. Wanted to make sure they weren't using it to pull double shifts. Why? Are you actually concerned about their health, or do you just not want to pay them overtime? Sinclair asked if these codes could be downloaded into the public dispensers. The codes are compatible, unfortunately. He said he'd look into it. Guess his contacts at Big Mountain will be getting a call soon. Big Mountain? Was that the provider for the autodocs or the vending machines? Either way, this Sinclair guy must have been a really big deal to have contacts with people like that. Wonder how many bribes, favors, and prostitutes that took. Anyway, back to what you were saying before. You said without Doc, you wouldn't exist. Is that an admission that he's the original mind and you came after?
Maybe I was nothing more than his conscience, trying to rein him in. Useless. I just need him to show restraint.
But that's what you are. You just said so yourself. You are his conscience, his restraint. That would be like my hands expecting me to carry something without them. What can you realistically expect from Dog?
Let go of the needs, the hungers. Ease the burden. Just once, so I can have my thoughts to myself.
But if he's capable of that, then he wouldn't need someone like you. You only exist because he can't control himself. Anyway, I think we're getting close. Our friend could pop out from any one of these, so be ready to restrain them. Preferably without breaking every bone in their body. One or two is okay, but not the essential ones. Don't ask me which is which, I'm not a doctor. Well, that room is blocked off, so it has to be this one. Okay, you block the door in case they make a run for it. I'm gonna need you to stay calm when I open this, okay? We're all friends here, including the giant blue man. Holy shit, what the hell were those things doing in there? Yeah, apologies for taking so long. Those terminal entries were rambling as fuck. Hello? Are you... can you hear me?
What's this? Why, it's a little doll.
Where the fuck are you going with this?
Were you carved by a craftsman, or mauled by a drunk who didn't know his tools?
Whoa! Stop! I wasn't gonna point out the scars. That tend to make first impressions go from neutral to fist fight in a split second. So, thanks a fucking bunch. Excuse the giant blue man. He's about as charming as he looks. So, when I said he's a friend, I meant that more as someone with mutual interest.
I'm not going to hurt you. Yet. Much.
Oh, you fucking...
Scars tell a story. Some old, some new. And the one on the throat is fresh and red.
What do you mean, the one on her throat? Oh shit, I just noticed that! It's right across her neck! Oh, that explains why you've been quiet despite all the shit this guy has been giving you.
Someone wanted to cut your voice, little doll. Or they didn't finish their work. Or didn't know how to.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they had an idea. Do you see the shit that's inside that pot? I swear there's a goddamn circular saw in there. Autodoc, my backside is a fucking torture chamber. Hey, in case my outrage isn't obvious enough, this had nothing to do with me, okay? What's that look for?
Oh, it wasn't me. I have no use for your neck beyond what encircles it. The lack of screams when I finally kill you, that is what I'll regret.
Okay, you know what? No more. As long as she's with us, I don't want to hear a fucking word out of you. You so much as look at her in a threatening manner and I'll bring Dog out. I was starting to sympathize with you until you started acting like a psychopath. Don't push your luck. Sorry about that. Like I said, he's not a friend. But he did bring up a good point. You, might have noticed the thing around your neck. Yeah, yours matches mine. Ain't that cute? Now, for the love of God... No, not you. Don't fuck around with it, okay? It's not a fetish thing. It's a bomb collar, and it will explode if you tamper with it. That might be a fetish for some people, but not me, and I'm guessing not you either. Yeah, this is bullshit. I know. Don't worry. Look at mine. We're in the same situation. Broadly speaking, I mean, I still have my voice, to the detriment of everyone else, I admit. Whoa, easy there. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Okay, let me get this out of the way right now. Our collars are linked. Even Mr. Conscience over there has one inside of him. If any one of us dies, then all of them detonate. So please, I can see it on your face. Don't get any ideas. It's like the old saying goes, you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. You stick a knife in mine and you'll wash yours with your own grey matter. And that's not even a threat. I wouldn't have to do a damn thing except die, and it'll just happen. I didn't make the rules. What are you shaking your head for now? Oh, this is gonna be so much fun to deal with. Look, I know you were trapped in that torture tube for God knows how long, and yes, I didn't exactly rush to your rescue. But to be fair, I didn't know what to expect from you, and I had no idea what it's like inside one of those things. I would run around like my ass is on fire to get you out if I did. So you not trusting me is understandable, but being angry at me is pointless. I didn't put this collar on you, and I didn't put you in there. All three of us are victims. We all got fucked over by someone else. I cannot believe I have to explain this a second time, but we have a common enemy, and he can kill all of us at the push of a button. So for now, we have no choice but to play his little game. There will be opportunities for us to take control of the situation later, but until then, you need to come with us and we'll try to explain everything along the way. Oh, please. It's bad enough having to deal with the Blue Giant. Don't make this relationship difficult as well. I know it's a lot to take in, but we were all gathered here for a job. Until that job is done, we're not going anywhere. So, unless you have something better to do, we need to get moving before Elijah... Wait a minute. Do you know who Elijah is? Well, shit, maybe you do have something else going on. Well, whatever that is, as long as it doesn't conflict with us getting these fucking collars off and going home, then I'm more than happy to lend a hand. Especially if it involves giving Elijah a piece of my mind. Okay, you know what? Hang on a minute. I'm taking this helmet off. There. Look into my eyes. I'm fucking angry, just like you. And I want to get the fuck out of here. But more importantly, I want all of us to get the fuck out of here. I haven't earned your trust yet, I know. But until then, what you see on my face right now is the best you're going to get. So, what do you say? That was a very poor choice of words. I am so sorry. Okay, look, I'm not going to pretend that this whole thing will be risk-free. I mean, hell, there's a reason Elijah is doing all of this by proxy. What I can promise you is that the Grim Reaper has been chasing me for a very long time. And last time I checked, he's on the depression stage of grief. If you think you have a better chance on your own, then I'm not going to stop you. But we both know that's not the right choice. Now, we're going to head back to the main square. Will you join us? I'll take that as a yes then. I'm the Courier, by the way. You don't want to know what the Blue Giant calls himself. Oh, what's the problem? Oh, you don't have a gun, do you? Well, take one of my pistols. I don't have a lot of spare ammo, but we can get more from the vending machines later. Let's see, what else do you need to know? Oh, if your collar starts beeping, that means you're getting too close to a speaker or a radio. That's not an invitation for you to start dancing to the music. The signal will set the collar off if you stay in range for too long. So if you do hear beeping, go back the way you came. Oh yeah, it's a whole thing. That's the main reason it took us so long to get to you. If you don't believe me, there's a speaker on the wall right behind you. You will hate those things with a passion soon enough. Hey, I didn't make these collars. Blame Elijah for that. He's got a lot to answer for, that's for sure. Okay, you're very eager. I appreciate that. But do you know where you're going? I was planning on leading the way. Then again, maybe you were here long before me. Oh shit, forgot to mention the locals!
Remove the head or destroy the brain.
That's all you really need to know. Okay, I would love to demonstrate what would happen if you don't, but I'm not taking any chances. Oh, another one. You're wasting our time. Yeah, hold him still and say hello to the pincer.
Finished here.
Killing you is the same as killing a raider with one extra step. Oh shit, where did that woman go? Hello? Did she seriously just run off on her own? She's not even wearing any armor. Oh fuck me, I was very clear that if one of us dies, we all die. She definitely heard that part. Then again, maybe those scars on her head did a number on her faculties. Well, she did make it past you.
I'll end you.
Oh, not this again. Oh no! Are you okay? In the name of the Father, why did you do that? You got stabbed in the heart. Hold still, you need a stim pack right now. What the fuck? Okay, super mutants have superpowers. Got it. That explains why Grandma could shrug off being set on fire. Oh, nice of you to wait for us. Oh wow, there's more of them here now.
I'll end you.
You still haven't learned your lesson.
How thick-skinned are you?
Okay, enough flexing. Nobody is impressed. Need I remind you that our collars are linked? Once we're out of this mess, you can go tap dancing on the minefield for all I care. But until then, calm the fuck down. Whatever happened to your body being difficult to control? You're not acting like that's true. Well, that was messier than I would have liked, but now we're a team of 3. Wherever you are, lady, I really hope you can pull your own weight, because I could really use some help right now. Oh, and God, just so we're clear, I meant every word back in that clinic. If you threaten any member of this team ever again, I will become your personal Satan.